You're pretty, smart, gorgeous.
Her face has been seen from coast to coast to coast. Her name etched in most Canadians' minds, Tina Fontaine.
Tina was such a young girl and just a child, and it was such a tragedy.
The death of the 15-year-old shook the city, attracting worldwide attention as police began searching for her killer. Sergeant John O'Donovan was the lead investigator on the case.
It was a very intense investigation. I felt a lot of pressure in it, but it was all self-imposed pressure.
She'd been missing for 8 days before her young, lifeless body was pulled from the Red River, wrapped in a duvet, weighed down by rocks.
You got this little girl, and when you look at the picture that was put out for her missing person poster, she's just a little girl. And now she's disposed of in this manner that it was absolutely disgusting.
It lit a fire under O'Donovan and his team to find the person responsible. At the time she went missing, Fontaine was in the care of the province's Child and Family Services.
There's no doubt about it. She was exploited by everybody that came in contact with her.
For O'Donovan, it was important people remembered she was just a young girl. The day after her body was found, his emotions ran high.
This is a child that's been murdered. I think, society, we'd be horrified if somebody if we found a litter of kittens or pups in the river in this condition. This is a child. So, society should be horrified.
It was an off-script moment that brought humanity to the horror.
To me, it was, what is wrong with us as a race of humans? What the hell is wrong with us that this is what we're doing? We just disposed of this kid like that. So I did feel very emotional about it. I did feel very strongly about it.
And put MMIWG cases in a different light.
We had never seen that across the country. That was actually one of the first times that you saw somebody really show compassion and caring and almost challenge the public on how you see this little girl. And then what was the response to that? Tina Fontaine, again, galvanized the country, not only Manitoba, not only Winnipeg, but the country.
But the investigation was just beginning.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, I like to report a blue truck that was stolen earlier today.
It was long, complicated. It involved a 6-figure undercover sting operation unlike any others by Winnipeg police. Every move planned, scripted, recorded.
It's for all the world like directing a movie but the stakes are so much higher.
It led to the arrest of Raymond Cormier a year later. While they never got a confession, O'Donovan says evidence from the recordings made him sure they had the right man. Cormier shared information that was never publicly released when telling a friend he thought he'd just seen a ghost walking down the street.
And thought he saw a ghost. And he believed that he saw a girl who he believed was Tina Fontaine. And she looked like her, she was built like her, she was young, and then the one thing that he said, which I found was dynamite, she was even wearing the same white skirt. Now, in all the pictures we put out of Tina, she never wore a white skirt. Unfortunately, the body we took from the river, she was wearing a white skirt.
The CFS system has definitely failed Tina Fontaine. The Winnipeg Police Services failed Tina Fontaine. And Canadian society failed Tina Fontaine.
Ultimately, in 2018, Cormier was acquitted. He died earlier this year.
Do I think we arrested the wrong person and charged the wrong person? I don't believe so.
Now, 10 years later, Tina's legacy lives on as community members gather to honor her memory in the days leading up to the somber anniversary. She is never forgotten, and while her death sparked a catalyst for change a decade ago, today, the anniversary is a reminder there's still work to be done.
We should hang out again whenever. Doesn't matter.
Brittany Greenslade, CBC News, Winnipeg.